Hello there friends, CS2 News here following how the Sheiks are taking over the pro scene. Who will become the new captain of Falcons, where did Glaive go, and what awaits G2? Today we'll try to answer at least some of these questions, and we'll also take a look at Thunderpick and what happened in the playoffs. I wanted to release the video earlier, but there weren't any news reasons, but now everything is in place. As always, I've broken down everything that happened in the last few days, so without further ado, let's get straight to it. First of all, it's worth noting that all the rumors surrounding Falcons are slowly starting to come true. Firstly, insiders were saying that only Boros would remain from the previous 5. That's exactly what happened. So finally, the organization announced that they have officially parted ways with all the others. NBK, Body, Longs and MHL have been moved to the bench. This basically means that there is now room for a star dream team. Magisk is somewhere on the horizon also, by the way. He has officially left Vitality, so we're waiting for his move to Falcons. I think it's already quite obvious, but there haven't been any official announcements yet, you know? Also, in the previous video we discussed that Niko was almost there in Falcons, and Nell said that the Sheiks paid him some incredible, incomprehensible money. Plus, G2 got richer in this case. So basically, knowing how good an insider Nell is, we were just waiting for the transfer, because he almost never misses. And by saying almost, I mean that there are scenarios in which Nell's insights do not come true. It's if the deal is cancelled at the very last moment. And that's exactly what happened to Niko. Nell posted a new report where he said that the orgs had agreed on everything. The money for the buyout was ready and all was left just to sign it. And that's it. Niko joins Falcons. But Niko declined it at the very last moment. He decided to stay with G2, and from what I understand, he signed a new contract with the team. And he also posted on Twitter that he is staying. Alright, G2 fans, you can breathe with a sigh of relief. Their beloved Niko isn't going anywhere. Monte supported his mentor by calling him Batya, which means the father. But what happened? Why did Niko throw it all away? We've got a few theories, though none of them are official, of course. For example, Bobski thinks that Niko acted like a typical hype-driven footballer, negotiating with another club and then forcing his own team to offer him a fatter contract. And as a result, Niko is now the highest paid pro player in the scene. However, Niko quickly replied that this is not true. Another theory comes from Nell himself. In his report, he suggests that Niko likely stayed with G2 because of Monte. Falcons wanted to sign both of them, but Monte wasn't released, as Overdrive previously mentioned. As a result, Niko thought it over and decided to decline. With a top-tier sniper on the team who may become the world's #1 player in the nearest future, there are much better chances of winning tournaments. In contrast, Falcons' prospects are unclear at the moment, with only Boros, Magisk and Zonic on the team. Apparently, Niko chose not to follow the lure of big bucks and stayed with his G2 family. But you know what? This is actually a great Nexus event to discuss. Niko has shown that not everything in CS2 is about money, and you can say no to the Sheiks. I'm sure that due to Niko's decision, many of Falcons' plans may collapse, or have already collapsed. For example, they were in talks with Twist, telling him about building a dream team with Magisk and Niko on the horizon, almost everything set up and good to go. And you start thinking, why not join a dream team? But suddenly, Niko declined, and now even Magisk can start doubting whether Falcons can indeed sign real stars. If one refused, others could too. And in the end, instead of making a big splash in the pro scene saying everyone will come to us and we will win everything, they might end up with a project that hastily recruits players from free agents. With just 2 months left until RMR, Falcons have already faced at least 2 refusals from Monte and from Niko, so the upcoming weeks are likely to be quite intense in terms of transfers. Moreover, we've seen how important Monte is to G2. They seem to rely on him even more than Niko. It appears that the org will keep the entire roster intact and continue to contend for all the titles available. And I will also tell you this, the director of Falcons said that Niko offered to buy him out himself. He says that Niko was exploring options in the market, contacted Falcons and wanted to join them. Only at the last moment did he change his mind. I don't even know what to say. Should we believe him? Friends, now I want to tell about an interesting offer from HOBBIT. These guys have created a cool open case website with a wide variety of game modes, including a new unique mode called Case Flip. In it, you can challenge any player on the site and have a 50% chance to win all the cases, including your opponents, effectively upgrading your inventory. Sounds tempting, right? Especially because you can instantly withdraw all your winnings to your Steam account. HOBBIT also offers a wide selection of cases, including a new CS2 squad line with plenty of expensive skins. Playing on HOBBIT is quite simple. They offer convenient deposit methods like credit cards, skins, cryptocurrency, and many more. And of course, don't forget to use my promo code NEWS to receive a 50-cent bonus. You can find the link to the website and the promo code in the pinned comment. Thank you guys for watching the ad. Let's continue. And the rumors about Falcons don't end there. According to various sources, the Sheiks have reached an agreement with Snappy, who will become the new captain of the team. It's still currently based on verbal agreements, so as we've seen with the Niko situation, this one can be more crucial than anything else. Moreover, Snappy's contract expires at the end of the year, giving the Sheiks the upper hand. We also know who will replace him, the legendary Glaive. This is reported by almost every insider, so it seems to be like a settled matter. In addition, many analysts are expressing their opinions because they are paid to talk, right? And many consider this to be an excellent transfer. For instance, here's what Pimp said. I heckin' love it. Snappy deserves a shot at the top level with even more talent around him. What he has done with ENCE over and over is nothing but class. Glaive's career is hanging in a thin thread. Going to ENCE may be the perfect fit. The values of ENCE could reignite the best IGL of all time again. Trust me when I say motivated and comfortable Glaive is an asset to any team in the world. This guy was supported by Thorin, Maniac and Maui Snake, and it almost looks perfect on paper. ENCE couldn't retain Snappy, and instead they will sign an equally experienced captain, while the Falcons will get an IGL who can assemble a top team even without star players. He has demonstrated this multiple times in ENCE. Here they will provide him with even more star players. What's left for us is to wait for the official announcements, because, you know, with Niko's refusal, something might trigger in Snappy's mind, and who knows who could happen. And lastly, regarding the Falcons, here are the insights from Nell. In the article about Niko, he writes that SH1RO and Sunpayas are in the team's shortlist. And, you know, I could have expected anyone but SH1RO. He doesn't speak English at all, and it's unclear how he could fit in such a team. Playing in comfortable conditions in your native language is one thing, but being in a completely new lineup with everyone speaking English and players from different countries with different mindsets and perspectives on the game and life, that's entirely a different matter. SH1RO faced problems at Cloud9 when new players arrived, and here everything will be entirely different. Personally, I have doubts about this transfer, but it's definitely intriguing anyways. For me, it would be more logical to see SH1RO staying in the CIS and seek a place in a Russian-speaking team. There is certainly demand for him, and Overdrive has already mentioned that Paris Vision wants to build a roster with the Jerry, HOBBIT and SH1RO. As you can understand, money is not an issue and it's entirely possible. Plus, offers have already been sent, and now we just need to await responses from the players themselves. This appears to be a good option for SH1RO to play under the guidance of an experienced captain. Additionally, HOBBIT had some issues within Cloud9, and they were supposed to kick him before IM Sydney, but they decided to redo it and make him the captain. Plus, they clearly needed a sniper, perhaps not immediately, but definitely in the future. In short, significant changes are coming. One rumor contradicts another, and what will actually happen remains to be seen. There are also some news about OneWin and Aurora. After Boomich's departure, his former team is simply falling apart. The 9 Pandas wants to buy Nickelback, Forrester and Travis Travis. Deco, the team sniper, according to Harumi and Overdrive, is already transferring to Aurora. Even the buyout price is known, $100,000. Lastly, a couple of news items regarding NIP and Fnatic. Ninjas have officially signed Alex from Movistar Riders as their new captain. I don't really know if this is a good move or not, and I wonder why they removed Alexi B at the time. At least Raz has shed some light on the situation. The organization decided to remove Hampus and Brolan. That's how it goes. If some players can't work with the team, if they can't find a connection, then they leave. That's how it works in all clubs. By the way, regarding the Swedes, they could easily move to Fnatic. Harumi reports that the Orc wants to return to a fully Swedish roster. Plus, Isaac from Gamer Legion might join them. So the potential lineup looks like this: Creams, Brolan, Hampus and Isaac. Now they just need to find a fifth player and they can revive the Swedish pro scene. We also have a few different news about EG, the new org of Leo Messi and Agüero and much more, but I think I'll leave it for the next video. There's already too much info to cover and we need to talk about the Thunderpick playoffs. We left off with the semifinals where Faze played against Cloud9. One of the key questions in this match was who would be the sniper for Cloud9. And here, once again, Boomich comes to the rescue. He was wielding the AWP with such skill that I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere Simple was downloading the demo of this young talent. Boomich consistently found open kills, making multiple frags per round. However, Cloud9 didn't capitalize on this advantage, often losing rounds when they had a man advantage. But the clutch he won against Brokey was a thing of beauty. In the second half, Cloud9 completely outperformed. They took 8 rounds in a row while their opponent was at their peak. This is what I understood as a true captain stepping up, and the team responded. 12-7, not a single round for Faze in defense. That's impressive. Boomich is undeniably the MVP of this map by all measures. On Anubis, Cloud9 completely collapsed. Their defense was weak and their attack was a disaster. Faze, on the other hand, had an excellent performance from Robs and Twists, who won countless rounds. For example, at 7-11, a 2v4 situation with almost no chances. But these two, they've won everything they got.
Two ensues. This one could still go either way. And so, in theory, could Cloud9. They're dashing it back over towards A, but you're right. Robs is on the bridge. He could deny this whole thing. Funnily enough, though, Hobbit still got the...
2v1 is still a molly in the pocket of Rops as well. Throws it over towards Hobbit. And he's now forced to peek. Doesn't manage to get the kill. There's not a kit though, but there should still be enough time.
As a result, Faze won 13-8 on Anubis. Everything came down to Ancient. In theory, it's the perfect map for Cloud9 with a 7-match win streak. They started well, winning the pistol round and going up 5-1. This time, Exile turned on the beast mode. He was just so good and arguably played his best CS in the entire tournament. However, the issue was that the other players weren't much of a help, and add to that Faze increased the pressure, annihilating their opponents in the second half. To give you an idea, Cloud9 only won 2 rounds in defense on their favorite map. Faze is a very strong team with 10 consecutive CS2 wins, but still, Twists is leaving the lineup and Brokey might as well. Guys, if you have any ideas why these two might leave, just write in the comments below. In the end, Cloud9 was eliminated in the semifinals, while Faze advanced to the grand finals. In any case, it's an excellent result from the new Cloud9 roster, considering they hadn't practiced together at all. We will see what they will prepare for Blast. In the second semifinals, Monte faced Virtus.pro. This showdown ended in a thrilling manner, although you wouldn't say so from the first 2 maps. VP chose Overpass first, but they failed here so miserably that they killed SH1RO 2K only twice in the entire first half. He finished the defense side with a score of 15-2. Next was Monte's pick, Anubis. It's their favorite map, they pick it in every match, but it turned out that VP was perfectly prepared for their opponent's attacks. Jame was impeccable with the AWP and VP didn't lose any retakes. So it was 1-1 in maps and it all came down to Mirage. And here the battle was fierce. The teams displayed extraordinary CS and played double overtimes. This match could have gone on indefinitely with both sides pulling off fantastic plays. It was clear that they needed a game-changing moment to decide the outcome, and Fame delivered.
He's gonna put it into a 2v1 and save Monte the strife just yet. Fame now left into the clutch. He has to deliver.
Well, he shut down Monte. We've had heroics so far in this round. Fame 1 versus 2. It's it's a clutch. You can see they're hitting their heads. Monte, that was their round. But Fame, it's...
Looking at Monte's expressions, it's evident how important and close this round was. And it was the round that led to the long-awaited victory for Virtus.pro. So VP and Faze advanced to the grand finals. It's an excellent opportunity for Virtus.pro to win 2 tournaments in 1 week. First Rubet and now Thunderpick. However, to achieve this, they needed to defeat Faze, who seemed to be doing exceptionally well in the new game. Some even say it's because the team knows they're disbanding, so they're just playing for fun without pressure and thus winning. Perhaps that's the case, but the match was still very close. On Faze's pick, Ancient, it all came down to the very end. The teams played to a 10-10 score and any multi-kill could bring victory. This time it was Robs who delivered. It's a crucial moment of the game and he got a -2 in the closing round, almost securing a 3rd kill. VP ran out of money and they had to concede the remaining rounds. There weren't many highlights, just a typical slow attack from Virtus.pro and Faze's mind games. Moving on to Vertigo. It's not VP's strongest map, but Faze didn't ban it again. It seemed like Faze was baiting them into choosing it and their opponent fell into the trap. Here, VP were dominating the attack, they had 8-1 score and everything was going well, but then they just started losing rounds, one after another. For example, here's James who can't make a kill from behind in an even situation. Or other times they let Kerrigan get behind them and wipe out the support players in 2 seconds. In general, it seemed like VP relaxed, lost focus and made many mistakes. As a result, VP almost lost the map despite starting with an 8-1 score and they barely made it to the overtimes. Just like in the match against Monte, they had to play double overtimes and everything was incredibly close and decided in individual moments. But guys, friends, all of you know that you don't let Kerrigan go to overtimes. Obviously, Faze came back and outperformed Virtus.pro in all the key shootouts and everything else. So they just won 2-0 and won the tournament.
That B-bomb site, Brokey has James' number. Fame coming from elevators, spots out Rain. But what can he get done here? Walks into Brokey's crosshair, and that's it. They've done it in double overtime. They were down.
Well, congratulations to Faze on another CS2 title. After so many victories, they might have a chance to keep their lineup intact, and even Twist seems to be considering staying. Well, my dear friends, that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you like my videos, support my work, and I won't say goodbye for a long time. See you soon.